would get if you took a slightly hearing impaired Californian and put them in Oklahoma for about 10 years? The answer, me. A very soft-spoken, fast-speaking talker with a very thick country accent. Good afternoon, my name is Railyn Tunstall, and I am taking a course called Introduction to Public Speaking. And today I want to share with you the goals that I have set forth for myself to accomplish during this course. Now, the traits that I mentioned earlier, along with a few others, tend to really they have a huge impact on my public speaking abilities. And so what I believe is that by learning to adapt these traits, that I can learn to speak up, slow down, and hopefully organize my thoughts a little bit more logically. Now, have you ever been to California or heard somebody from California? They tend to speak really fast. And of course, we all know that our fellow Oklahomans could have an accent that ranges from like a slight drawl to a thick country accent. Well, being a resident of Oklahoma and a native of California, my number one goal is to slow down and to articulate and pronunciate my words better. I believe by slowing down that this will allow my audience a little bit more time to process the words in which I'm saying and really hear the message that I'm trying to convey. When I slow down, I think it will also enable me to put more emotion and emphasis in the areas that I feel are important. And whereas right now, I think that a lot of times I lose the passion that I have and that my message is lost. Now, when we hear Grandpa say, "Huh? What'd you say?" It's pretty much implied that Grandpa has some kind of hearing loss. Well, some people, such as myself, undercompensate and actually speak very softly. So learning to speak louder would be like a major accomplishment for me. In my current profession, I speak to both small groups and large groups. And it's very intimidating to know that I'm soft-spoken. It's very difficult and distracting to be talking to an audience and seeing them, like struggle to hear you or just completely lose interest because they don't hear what you're saying. It makes it very, very difficult. And a lot of times it also leads my audience to believe or to come to a fast conclusion that I'm not confident when I'm saying, when in fact I really am. Now, the bad thing about knowing my flaws is that sometimes I tend to concentrate so hard on speaking up or slowing down that I actually forget my place in my speech. And when that happens, I usually resort to the next best thing, which is rambling. This leads me to my third goal, which is to better organize my thoughts logically when I write my speech. I think that by organizing my thoughts more logically, it'll make my speech flow better. And if it's flowing better, if I do happen to lose my place, then it shouldn't be that hard for me to pick it back up. Lack of organization leads to some really negative habits. It can lead to repeating or making statements that are not relevant to the topic, and often leads to, as I mentioned before, pathetic rambling. All of these things lead to a very unproductive speech. Accomplishing the goals that I outlined today, slowing down, speaking up, and organizing my thoughts more logically, I hope to be a more effective and hopefully a more respected speaker. I've listened to both great speakers and not so great speakers throughout my life. And I know that the great speakers are the ones that really leave an impression. Those are the ones that when they walk away, you're just in awe and you have this total respect for, even though you may have never met that person before, and chances are you may never meet them again. What I hope to convey to you today or press upon you is that public speaking skills, when developed, can really serve as an asset to any individual in any profession for a multitude of occasions. Thank you for coming.